Let me start by saying this. I never believed in fate. Until the day fate sat me in front of a stranger who already knew my entire life story. It all began when my husband, Daniel, insisted we go to marriage counseling because he said I had become uncommunicative. Imagine that. Me, uncommunicative, the woman who practically narrated her entire life to him. But the twist came before we even started therapy. 2 days before our first session, I got a call from an unknown number. The voice on the other end was calm, steady, almost familiar. Is this Mrs. Carter? I think we need to talk before your appointment on Friday. I asked who it was, and he replied. Your counselor. I froze. He said he couldn't give details over the phone, but he insisted on seeing me alone before Daniel knew. At that moment, I had no idea that this phone call, this quiet, nervous voice, would unravel everything I thought I knew about my marriage. I arrived early for our private meeting. The counselor, Dr. Hale, looked conflicted. He kept rubbing his hands together like he was struggling with something heavy. He began with, "There's a conflict of interest I need to address before therapy starts." That sentence alone made my chest tighten. He continued, "Your husband has attended counseling before. That's not unusual. But the situation is more complicated than it seems." Before he could explain more, Daniel unexpectedly walked into the building. Earlier than he ever arrived for anything in our 8-year marriage. Dr. Hale's eyes widened. He immediately switched tone and said, "Act normal. We will talk later." And just like that, the conversation ended, but the unease stayed with me. When the session started, Daniel behaved like a completely different man. Polite, soft-spoken. Almost rehearsed. He told Dr. Hale that I was emotionally distant, often paranoid, and prone to imagining problems. I nearly laughed. Then Dr. Hale started asking Daniel questions that felt preloaded. Have you struggled with honesty in relationships? Have you found it difficult to commit emotionally? Each question seemed to poke something Daniel wasn't ready for. He grew tense, defensive, his voice cracking slightly. Dr. Hale kept watching me, not him, with eyes full of quiet apology. Something was wrong. Deeply wrong. After the session, Dr. Hale asked me to stay behind for a one-on-one. The moment Daniel left, the air shifted. Dr. Hale didn't waste time. Your husband has been here before, but not alone. I felt my stomach drop. He pulled out a folder, labeled Carter Case, and inside were notes from previous sessions. But the partner listed on the forms wasn't me. It was another woman. Her name, Eliza Rowan. I knew that name. Eliza was my colleague, the woman who always seemed too interested in my marriage, always asking if Daniel was treating me well, always offering sympathy. Too much sympathy. I stared at the file like it was poison. Dr. Hale swallowed hard and confessed. They came to me as a couple. She said they were in a committed relationship and he wanted help ending things with his current partner. I didn't know his current partner was you. I couldn't breathe. I wasn't just betrayed, I was humiliated. I confronted Daniel at home that night. He denied everything. He said Dr. Hale misunderstood. He said Eliza was mentally unstable. He even claimed I was letting outsiders ruin our marriage. Classic manipulation. Except this time, I wasn't the one in the dark anymore. I told him I'd seen the paperwork. His face turned ghostly pale. Then angry. Then panicked. He tried to grab the folder from my hand, but I pulled back. For the first time, I saw fear, real fear, in his eyes. The next day, Dr. Hale called me again. His voice was urgent. You need to know the rest. In our second private meeting, he revealed something that made the first revelation feel small. Eliza wasn't just his mistress. She was pregnant. And Daniel had told the counselor he planned to leave me, once she reached her second trimester, but needed help transitioning out of the marriage without causing emotional damage. To whom? To me? Or to him? Dr. Hale shook his head. He didn't care about your emotional safety, but I do, and I can't keep watching this. Then he showed me something that shattered the ground beneath me. A letter. Not written to me, but written to the counselor. From Daniel. In it, Daniel confessed he didn't want the baby, and that he was only staying with Eliza because she threatened to expose their affair to me and her employer. My employer. Everything in me crumbled. I confronted Daniel again, but differently. Not crying, not begging, Not confused. Calm, controlled, dangerously quiet. I told him I knew about the baby. I told him I knew about the letter. I told him I knew about the months he spent planning to replace me like a piece of furniture. He broke. Completely. He admitted everything. The affair. The counseling. The pregnancy. The plan. The fear. He even claimed he never meant to hurt me. I couldn't help but laugh. After 8 years, all he had left was excuses. 2 days later, Dr. Hale called me again. His tone was heavy. He told me the final twist. Eliza had filed a complaint. Against Daniel, against the counselor, against me, except, her complaint revealed something else. She had been lying to Daniel too. She wasn't pregnant. She faked the pregnancy to trap him, to force him to leave me, and Dr. Hale had unknowingly been caught in the middle. Daniel had been betrayed by his own mistress. Karma didn't just visit, it moved in permanently. I left the marriage, not dramatically, not violently, just, finally. Dr. Hale formally apologized for breaking protocol but said, "I saw a woman drowning in lies she didn't create. I chose the lesser sin. I understood. Today I'm healing, finding myself again. And Daniel? He's alone. Utterly alone. Destroyed not by me, but by the chaos he built with his own hands."